Welcome to the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. My name is Chris, and I am joined today by my good friends Jose and Dave. Julio's out today, so we'll be missing out on him. But we do have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We've got a big matchup coming up, MLS Cup Final. We got some tidbits. Going to talk about the game a little bit, matchups, things like that. So before we get going, just want to give a quick shout out to our chief Heron Heads, Mighty V, and Dragon Lord. Thank you all for your support. We truly appreciate it. If anyone out there wants to help us out, wants to contribute, we do have our Patreon link below. If you cannot do Patreon, if you want to help us out in any other way, go ahead, just like and subscribe right away. That'll really help us out, and we truly appreciate it. And one last thing is we want to thank Floofball. So Floofball, this episode is brought to you by Floofball, the up-and-coming dog toy brand for football-loving pups.
Floofball makes soccer-inspired plush toys and bandanas, so your dog can rep your favorite team right alongside you.
Their Floofball Miami collection is perfect for match day, featuring a pink plush soccer ball and team bandanas that scream Vamos Miami.
Whether you're at the park or watching the game from the couch, your pup will be looking like the true 12th man.
Grab your pup the soccer kit they deserve at floofball.com. That's FLOOFBALL.com and receive 10% off your first purchase with the code Heron Heads at checkout. Head over to floofball.com and use code Heron Heads for 10% off your first purchase. We do have that information down below in the description if you didn't catch it. Check them out. They're awesome. They have some cool stuff. Not only Inter Miami, they have different nationalities, national teams, other club teams. So check them out. They're awesome. And thank you again. So, without further ado, we got a big match this weekend, boys. We got MLS Cup, Inter Miami, Vancouver Whitecaps. It is the moment that we've all been waiting for, the moment that some of us didn't expect us to even make it to, but we're here. We made it, and it's time to get going. How are you guys feeling?
I mean, this is as good as we felt all season, obviously. Coming up, some tremendous wins. Every win has been the biggest win in franchise history when it comes to this tournament. So it's great to see us advance all the way to the end here, and to be able to host the championship game as well. It's such a surreal feeling, because I feel like we had some ups and downs this season, and you didn't feel like we'd be in this position to be able to host this type of game. So being able to hopefully attend that game and cheer on the club in person, like, that's a cool opportunity. And yeah, you have finally Mascherano making the changes that we've kind of clamored for all season, and then ultimately being rewarded for it by having back-to-back high output games. So hopefully we continue that trend, and we'll have a couple pieces of hardware to raise at the end.
There's a lot of intrigue, right? First of all, we're coming off of what I think three playoff games. We've had it's been 13 goals to 1, right? That's something that I saw. Like, we're kicking ass right now. I mean, it is what it is. So we're kind of we've adjusted the way that we've played, right? So it's kind of different than, I know we lost to them in April, twice. We're very different teams, and I think that their coach also, their manager also says so. They're like, listen, we're not even going to talk about those games, because the way they're playing today is not how they were playing back then, and we see it. We see it as supporters. We're like, it's not the same team that we saw even 5 games ago. It's just we're we've done a complete turnaround, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, man, I didn't expect it. Towards the end of the season, you felt so down that we're kind of limping into the playoffs. We've had it's hard to say it's such a rough season, but it was a rough season. We had so many opportunities. We didn't get those trophies, and we're going in limping into the playoffs. So it's hard to feel super excited going in. But you get into the playoffs and you absolutely smash Nashville in 2 of the 3 games. You go in and you whoop on Cincinnati, and then you whoop on NYCFC. All teams. Nashville is a little weaker of the 3, but all 3 teams are very, very, very good teams. So to come in here and do what we did, like Jose said, I think it was 13-14 to 1 that we've outscored opponents in the last 3 games or something like that. It's absolutely insane what we're doing, and it's the perfect time to be hot right now.
Nashville,
last 13 games. last 13 games, 10-2-1 for us. You know, like we're hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nashville might not have been the caliber of the other two, but man, they stole the second game from us. And honestly, the turning point of the season of the playoffs is Luis Suarez getting suspended after the match. Like in the dead of night, Luis Suarez gets suspended, and then the light bulb turns on for Mascherano, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute,
We look way better.
works. This actually works."
And I think Betty being here just helps that spark that much more. Because before that, we had Baltasar starting now, but he was kind of taking that position. We had Allende, I'm sorry, Segovia in there as well, and we didn't really see that clicking going on. But with Betty in there instead of Suarez, now you see the true potential up there. You have these young guys running around everywhere, pressing, defending, making the runs up so that Messi could catch them in stride. And it's a completely different attack that we're seeing right now. And not only that, it's a completely different defense in a way as well that we're seeing right now. So like Jose said earlier, it's a completely different team than what Vancouver had seen in the CONCACAF Cup.
Yeah, they haven't
months
seen
ago.
this. They haven't seen this squad. It's amazing what a couple tweaks has done for this team. That's why we're trouncing everybody in the playoffs. Is like they've seen only one style from Inter Miami, and what we've seen from them the last 3 matches has not been that at all. At all. It's a completely new squad, which is crazy because it's just a couple tweaks here and there, and my God, has it made a difference on both ends?
Now, I will say the more things have changed for Inter Miami, the more things haven't changed in soccer in general. And we're talking about like Mueller versus Messi, right? Like these guys are rivals. We have like the MLS. Do you imagine right now that like could they have picked a better game, right? Like
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, like wow,
the script is
oh my God,
beautiful.
Yeah, at home for us, we can send off our Busi and Alba on their way with a beautiful title. Just one last time. Yeah, and that talking about Messi, Mueller has 30 trophies, right? It's like all time that he's had with club and country. Messi has 46. All time, just fun fact, all time Messi has won 3 out of the 10 games that he's played Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But yeah, that's fun. Those stats are fun.
It's going to be interesting, and everything you listen to, everything you read, everything you watch talks about that. Obviously, it's the biggest storyline of it all. But one thing that I heard someone today speak about is that Mueller has the head-to-head against Messi 7-3, but those teams were so different that he had to play against Messi. I'm not taking anything away from Vancouver. Vancouver is a very, very good team. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's just very different teams. So
no Bayern, no Germany,
right? So it's very, very different. So it's hard to look at that 7-3. It's fun to talk about.
Fun. It's just fun. But that's what this is, right? That's what this is. It's also it's like Messi talked about it. Actually, he was like, it's fun that you bring in a guy like that into this league, and now we meet at the final. It's it's awesome. It's what you want, for the sport, for MLS in general.
Yeah. So before we get into the game a little bit, just a quick housekeeping going on here. Tadeo Allende did not practice today. I saw some comments going off about it, so I just want to address that real quick. They did come out today, or Mascherano came out today saying that he did have a fever. That's why he didn't practice today.
A mild fever.
That's why he didn't play today. So he says he expects him to play Saturday. I'm not gonna lie. After everything we've spoken about Allende all season, and the hesitancies we've had towards him, I was nervous when I heard that he did not practice today, because he has been an absolute star for us in the playoffs. Absolute star.
Is anybody surprised that he has a fever with the hotness that he's been playing with lately? Like it's no doubt the fact that it's just a mild fever is beyond me. This thing should be like hospitalization fever with the way he's been playing.
God, I wish I had the dunes. I couldn't find it. Red card.
Speaking of red cards, now I'll get into that later. But apparently, in the last game, Vancouver had a red card. Go ahead. I'll talk about it.
Anyways, so yeah, Tadeo Allende, fever, but he will play, or he's expected to play as long as nothing else horrible happens, hopefully. So I fully expect. Let's talk about rosters real quick. I fully expect roster to be very similar or exactly the same as we've seen during this little hot streak that we've had. It's what we need right now. We cannot change. You got to
And
ride the hot hand.
Frey is fully healthy as well, so I expect him to start.
Yeah, that'll be a big one as well. We know Cello, we're not huge fans of him. He's serviceable. He does his thing, but Frey out there is just a completely different animal, and he's there. So that'll be a nice addition as well. So all right, so let's get into this match a little bit, Jose. You want to talk about Vancouver a little bit?
Yeah, well, the Vancouver right now is 7-1-5 the last 13 games. They've given up 17 goals their last 17 matches, so they're not gonna necessarily not let us score. But they did have a good matchup against San Diego in the last matchup. I kind of liked how they were playing them, and one thing I noticed is that the best opportunities came from San Diego on some sort of header or some sort of lob that they throw it into the box, and it just that was their best opportunity stuff that we can look for. Another fun stat was that in the MLS Cup titles, in the last 14 Cup titles, the home team won 11 of those 14 times. It's funny because their coach, it's funny that their coach said, "Nah, I don't care about home game." I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not what it says. That's not what the stats say. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll tell you what. If we were playing in Vancouver, I feel very nervous.
I'd be I would be.
The coach said it's been a long time since he's had to put on sunscreen for an MLS
but
match.
he's not worried about
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna say it's not gonna be really that hot. Like, somebody asked about the weather. Rohan asked about the weather. It's gonna be somewhat
low 68, high of 84. So perfect weather, no rain,
perfect.
sunny.
But if we're thinking about a 2:30 kickoff, it's not gonna be 68.
No, hell no. It'll be high 70s.
I'm looking at the weather right now, and every day for the next 5 days is the same. So today, what was it? Or tomorrow, 2:30, we're looking at 83.
Yeah.
So we can expect low 80s, mid to low 80s,
which is nice, honestly.
It's perfect
nice for us,
Miami terms. In Miami
terms, these guys have been in the cold.
Yeah. So it is drastic compared to what they're facing.
It's drastic for everywhere else in the country. Like if you just go to Atlanta today, it's in the 40s. So
it's true.
It's terrible. So
if you go to Quebec, it's -4.
In the last
you go to Cincinnati, it's 22.
We're gonna keep doing that. Losing since we lost to Vancouver in the CONCACAF semis, Miami's been 16-2-2 at home since then.
We're very, very, very good home team. That's for sure.
Which Messi said that he's in an interview. He said, it's funny that as bad as we were in that period, right? In that we couldn't win 2 games in a row. If you look at the home games in that span, we still played very well. So it's been a constant regardless. Is what he was saying there.
They're playing on a pitch that they're used to, regular grass, no artificial garbage, natural grass. They're home. They don't have to travel anywhere. They get to do their thing, and just it's so different. And you're gonna see it. Vancouver's a very good team, but I think it's really gonna affect them.
Yeah,
is the ref Canadian?
Yes, he is. The ref is Canadian. Yeah,
awesome.
That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Just
awesome. They gotta equalize it somehow, right?
Yeah, but most of the crew is American though.
Vancouver in their last game. I don't know if you guys were privy to watch the game or not. I watched it. One thing that I noticed was they gave a lot of trouble with high press. Actually, in the high press, the first goal that they had, it was from the high press. They caused a turnover, had a beautiful tiki-taka in the box, and all of a sudden, boop, 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 beautiful pass led to a goal. Basically, one of those backboard shots that the guy didn't really have to work much for it. I saw that, Dave. I saw that a lot in that game.
Was that the own goal, or was that another one? No. There was an own goal.
I don't know. Yeah, but even the own goal, if you watch, it wasn't really an own goal, right? It was perfectly shot in there. They blocked it, but it was a lot, and yeah. It was in play.
It'll be curious because like what we've said all season is that we've struggled with the press.
Right.
But then that's why I was so curious against Cincinnati that we didn't really see them press us. But then if you kind of think about it, I think they were trying, but we were doing such a good job of moving the ball and getting out of it that it'll be curious to see if we can maintain that level of play. Because if we can kind of neuter these guys and their high press, we're looking at more of the same, especially with the speed that we have. That if you
Everybody's
can,
been doing it to us also, right? Like honestly, that's not something new for us. I feel like that was something that was rough for us. I think earlier in the season, and I think we've managed to figure that part out. To be honest, have we been affected by it too much lately?
no, I'm saying
Well,
that
it
you
all
haven't
goes
even
back
noticed it.
to the new tactics that Mascherano is rolling out, the new personnel that he has out there. It's harder to press to do your high press when you have people flying up the pitch open. If you're high
Yeah.
pressing and Messi finds that gap, you pass it to Messi, he's going to hit one of the wingers going up. He's going to do it. So they're a
And
little
that's
more cautious.
the new offense now, right? Like
That's the new that's what it is right now. That's what it's been. So they're going
It
to be a
helps.
little
I
more
mean, think
cautious.
about it. You have those guys that can run.
or Boosie
When you
too.
had when you had Messi and Suarez up high, it kind of hamstrung you. So
course.
then it bottled up everything. So the fact that now you have Messi who's willing to come back to get the ball and has the capability of getting out of it, can either dribble out of it or make the beautiful no look pass. There was a video of them in training, and I don't know if you guys saw it. They put it on Twitter, and he just makes a ridiculous no look pass. Like he's just facing this way, and the pass goes completely the other. It's fantastic. So the fact that he can do things like that,
It helps.
oh my god, it helps so much,
I-
and you look forward to it. I mean, we're so lucky. I can't harp on it enough that we're so lucky to watch him and that he's still functional at this age because everybody says, "Oh, the drop off," and the drop off. Yes, it's been drastic for his caliber, but still, him with the drop off is still better than 99% of the players out there.
Yeah.
And
And I will say,
yeah.
talking about the press real quick, I will say we've been lucky at times because we have made mistakes in our own side in front of the goal recently, and they haven't been able to capitalize on that. They meaning the
I
other
think
team.
these guys will. These guys
So
will.
exactly. So we've been kind of lucky. These guys are very good at the high press, like you're saying. They're very good in general, and I think they will capitalize on that. So I think we really gotta kind of hold back a little bit. Rocco Rios Novo has to relax with his passes, his bad passes, and our backline needs to make sure they know what they're doing. That's why Frey being in there, in my opinion, is going to be a big difference in Cello if he
He could shoot up the field and be offensive and get out of those situations. And also you mentioned Rios Novo in the last game, the starting goalkeeper. Guess what happened to him? He got caught. Right, and they caused a red card on the goalkeeper in the high press situation, caused a turnover, and the goalkeeper had no choice but to pull him down. Red card. That's the stuff that they're trying to do,
Yep.
And that I think at that point it was already kind of leaning towards like, honestly, it was 3-1 at that point. That blew the game over. It was over. They had just scored a goal and they looked like they were going to come back, and the announcers were all excited. Oh wow, it looks like they're going to come back. No, it's a red card. Done. Another thing I noticed in the game was that they like playing through their wings. So you guys mentioned Ian Frey. Are we sure it's going to be Ian Frey or Cello?
We're not
Not
sure,
sure, but
what I saw reported was that Frey is 90-minute fit. So if he's the choice, he can go the whole full game. It's just a matter of how comfortable they are with him. But
So
I mean, all things being equal, it has been Frey in these big moments. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
So they have two very talented wingers, and they like to work from the outside and either pass it in, like I said, those little bank passes that just goes right in, and you have no choice but to score. That's what I noticed a lot of. But what I also noticed a lot of was they just straight up dribble around these defenders. They're not bad at all dribbling wise. They have very good composure. They're looking to score, but they're also looking for the pass. It's a very deadly offensive attack, and we're capable. I mean, we've been shutting people out, right? It's not like I know it's not the same caliber, but I'm just saying.
I was gonna say they
we
haven't.
are capable. We are capable of clamping down. We put people in the dog box before. In the doghouse before, and
Dog box. It's getting
We're gonna
smaller.
put him
It's
in
not,
a
even
dog
a,
box.
it's not even a house anymore. Now we're putting him in a box.
A box
Yeah,
with little holes on top, and that's it.
Deal with it.
yeah. That's it.
No, I was gonna say they haven't really met a caliber player like Rodrigo De Paul and Sergio Busquets. Even Busquets at this age, where he's not the most nimble person. I mean, he never was, but I've seen time and time again where he just has like a tactical foot, and he just pokes the ball out, and DePaul has the nickname Motorcito for nothing. Like he really does get after it, and he's a really really intelligent player as well. So like this team, and we've even seen Messi get involved in the defense and taking the ball away. So everybody on this squad has that mentality, and I will give credit to Mascherano because I mean he is a defensive minded player, so you expect him to kind of instill that on the squad. You see Baltasar Rodriguez get after it on defense. You have
We're
everybody.
gonna give it right back to them.
Yeah.
We're not in the Western Conference. The Western Conference is very weak comparatively speaking.
So
and you mentioned Ahmed. I don't know who put that on. Ali Ahmed. That guy's a badass. He pops off the screen every time. Like every time I'm watching this guy, he can dribble right. That was a guy that had a perfect pass that just it went right in and hit the center fielders their chest and just bounced right in. Man, it was just great stuff.
This is the most potent attack that we faced so far this playoff, hands down. No doubt about it. I mean, they have Ahmed, they have Sabi, they have Brian White. In the midfield, they have Cubas and Muller in the midfield. So it's like, all right, these guys are dangerous. This is no joke. This isn't Nashville. This isn't Cincinnati. I mean, these guys are a different caliber team than what we've seen.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Sabi in the last game also had an opportunity. I think he just missed it, but he,
I mean, they have quality players all over the place.
Yeah, we're meeting them at the right time because this is as well as we've played as a group.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's a good time to meet this type of player. I mean, think about it. When you think about the Club World Cup, we played with Palmeiras. I figure Palmeiras is a better team than this, and we had them beat. For being honest, we had Palmeiras beat, and then we gave up the late equalizer. And that's a much more athletic team than
I think we would have faced who PSG after.
We did face PSG after.
Would that have been PSG right after that?
We got trounced.
You know what? I'm okay with it.
I mean, you know what? After we beat Vancouver, I'm okay with getting trounced by PSG again. Like that's fine. I'll take it. Let's beat Vancouver first, and then we'll worry about what happens next.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, it's going to be a good one. Everyone's saying it's the MLS Cup Final, one of the best in history and all this stuff. So hopefully it lives up to that. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. Vancouver's good though. Let's not. We have to give them credit. Let's not just brush them under the rug because they're quality.
So what does Miami have to do to pull off the win?
I think we kind of mentioned some stuff already. One is we cannot make those mistakes around our goal. It's going to be high press a lot. We cannot make those mistakes. I think the other big one to me besides that is we got to keep the field or the pitch open as possible. I don't think Whitecaps are the one to really close it down and clamp down and kind of clog the middle like we've seen. I think they actually want to do that as well. They want to keep it open and get into their attack. But we got to try our best to keep that as open as possible, keep the gaps open so that Messi could find those open little gaps to make sure he could get those passes in. So those are really my two main things, keep it open and don't make those stupid mistakes in front of the goal.
Yeah, clinical. I think they have to be clinical in their passing. We've seen games get away from them when they've come out sloppy, and I think that this is a game that you cannot come out sloppy. If we come out with an early goal, I think that changes the dynamics of this game. If you get out in front early, you get that crowd going, you get the confidence of all these young guys. Remember, there's a lot of young guys on this team, so if you can get them activated quick, that's great. And if Messi gets on the board early, that the catalyst that could be as well for the whole team. So if either one of the young guys gets on the board or Messi just shows his dynastic goodness, like get that in there. Let's do damage, and let's do damage early. And I think that we can start celebrating early as well, because I think that we can put these guys away. That would be fantastic.
I'm thinking the I don't know if we have. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if we have enough defense to stop their wings. Okay, so how do you counter that? Well, we gotta dominate the midfield because I do think we have enough in the midfield to dominate them and to kind of take the ball, just kind of take the air out of the ball there a little bit. And then just the high press. We have to have our high press pressing harder than their high press, and just being very disruptive and not allowing those outlets to the wings because they're looking for it. They're constantly looking for it, and once they get in, they have open space. I do not trust Cello. I don't. It's not gonna be fun. And the problem is that also I love Jordi Alba, but what is Jordi Alba always looking at doing?
Yeah, fly up.
He's trying to fly up. So what happens now? We're gonna probably put Noah Allen to cover Sabia on the other side. It's gonna be very interesting. We have to get ahead of this.
I was joking. I will say the one good thing about Baltasar starting, if you've noticed, him and Jordi play off of each other very, 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 very well. Yes, they do switches very well. They trade off. Jordi flies up. Baltasar kind of stays back. He defends.
Shades of Gomez. Yeah.
Shades of Gomez. Yeah. He defends really well. He defends better than what I thought he could do. So I will say that left side is pretty well taken care of because of that switch off. And then obviously Allen to clean up anything in the back, who's been playing very well lately, besides that one matchup nightmare against Cincinnati.
Brutal.
But yeah, I think the left side's pretty good. It's really the right side that has me worried. If Frey starts, I'll feel a little better than that. But yeah, like you said, Jose, I think it's true. We got to push the play to the midfield. That's our strength at the end of the day with Busi, Rodrigo De Paul, and Baltasar. They're really going to be keys to this one, just to shut it down there.
Who would you say is the X factor in this game for both teams?
For Whitecaps, I'd for sure say Brian White. I mean, if he's hot, if he's on, it's going to be very difficult to stop that. For Inter Miami, if we're not going to name Messi because it's an obvious one.
I'm going to say a certain level with him, right? So it's like not even
expected. Yeah,
I'm going to say it's Jordi.
That's not even an X factor. That's a factor. It's a constant factor.
I'm going to say it's Jordi. If Jordi has a game like he had last time and making these open back heel passes and all this crazy stuff on that, mind you, the last game of his career, I think if he's on, we're on, and there's no stopping that.
I think the X factor is Allende. If we keep getting the same Allende we've had of late, I think this game could continue in the same fashion.
It could be a barn burner, right? It could just be a barn burner.
I can see the points coming in bunches if Allende is playing to the level that he has been now. And why he's an X factor is you don't know what you're going to get with him. You can see it swing the other way where he starts missing sitters, and then that's an issue. Not that we can't overcome it, because I think we can, but it'll be a lot more difficult than if he's actually getting hat tricks and stuff like that.
So I'll change it up and I'll say that right back, left wing matchup. Whether it's Frey or Cello versus Ahmed, like I'm very worried about that because I don't know. This is giving me some really bad vibes of the last. Remember that final that I went to, the Houston Dynamo, that
the Yellen massacre,
the one you'll never forget.
Yellen massacre. I don't think I don't think that's the same caliber anymore. That this is a different. We have different right backs now. I think they're capable. But this is a really tough attack, and if they are committing stupid yellow cards, which is very, very possible, right? Cello getting a yellow is not outlandish, but that's my X factor. If they clamp it down on that side, it's gonna be very tough for the Whitecaps. How about that, Chris?
Yeah.
If we clamp it down on that side, I don't know, because that's where a lot of their best opportunities came against San Diego, right on that left side.
Yeah, that's our biggest question mark. So I agree. They clamp that down. That's it.
Yeah.
X1422 just put, I'm trusting this postseason Allende. I think we all are. I think we all are. He has, what does he have? I looked at it earlier. 8 goals. 8 goals this postseason, if I'm not mistaken. some crazy number like that.
Just go with that.
It's
Just say
insane.
just-
He had
with more
11.
conviction.
He had 11 in the regular season, MLS regular season.
Yeah.
It's at least 5 the
Yeah.
last 2 matches. So there's
He had
that.
8. It was 8. It was 8 this postseason.
Yeah, I'm saying,
So,
but 5 the last 2 matches, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah, we're
Eight
definitely
sounds better, Chris.
we're definitely trusting postseason Allende.
Yeah,
He
but
needs
if you
to
think
show
about
up.
like the postseason, we've had there's 3 matches, and then you had what 2 matches after that.
5.
That's 5 matches, but and that's 8 over 5. What's better, 8 over 5 or what is it, 5 over 2?
That's yeah, you're right. That sounds
8
good.
over 5 shows consistency throughout of
Yeah,
a longer
5 over
period.
2
All
sounds
right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? We're gonna get into predictions.
All right, let's do
Do
it.
we have Dave Stradamus in the building?
No,
we don't.
I've retired Dave Stradamus. If you think about it, Dave Stradamus was in a round of our lives where things were up and down, winning and losing. We're done with that. We're here
No more
to win.
Beluca.
Beluca's retired. We're here to win. Okay.
All right.
And
There
with
we go.
that, Inter Miami gets the dub, and we're gonna continue this trend of trouncing folks.
Ooh.
4-2.
Wow. Man, that would be awesome. Let me tell you, if that happens.
I'm thinking it's a barn burner 4-3 Miami, Inter Miami.
Really?
Messi on one of those beautiful free kicks.
I,
been a
I
while.
think
It's been a while since a free
has.
kick.
Can you imagine this
Yes.
a free kick just outside of the box? Oh my god!
Imagine if he gets his Olympico on Saturday, finally in the
After all
MLS Cup
these-
Final.
After all these attempts, do you imagine? That'd be hilarious.
I'm going with 3-2. I think it is going to be a relatively high scoring game. I think 3-2 is still pretty high scoring, but I think it's going to be closer than what we think. This is a very, very well matched up match.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of crazy words. Matched up match. They match up well with each other. Let's put it that way. There you go. It's easier. So 3-2. I think Messi definitely gets a goal. Allende gets one. And let's give
Alba. Last game.
I like that one. Sure. Yeah, let's give Alba his last game. That's one outside of the box from Alba.
Yeah, right.
Just how he likes it.
That wasn't gonna happen. Nah, you went too far. It was gonna be in the box. He went around somebody and got it. Squeaks it past.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So hey, it's put up or shut up. It's the moment we've been waiting for. Will this one last question that I want to ask you guys? Will winning this MLS Cup make up for the other cup losses that we've had this season? In your opinion?
Well, I don't know if it'll make up for them. It surely will salvage the season. And if you think about all the different pieces of hardware that we could have won, this has always been the most difficult because of the fact that you have the unknowns of the playoffs. You have to.
The Club World Cup was the most difficult.
Well, I don't think nobody expected us to do.
Yeah,
anything
no one
in the Club
expected
World Cup.
that.
Like when you were counting,
said the most difficult, I responded, "I'm right. You're wrong."
When you were counting which awards we could win, nobody was counting. Oh yeah, we'll for sure win the Club World Cup. No. What we said of all the ones we're gonna do, this
we're
all
gonna
the
march
realistic.
the PSG and beat PSG.
Yeah. All
By
the
the way,
realistic ones.
Who do you guys know who was the one that only predicted one cup in the beginning of the season between us four? That guy down there.
I hate to say it.
For your sake, you better win. We better win
be so
tomorrow.
right. I'm
No,
gonna
we
be
all
so
suck.
right. I don't know why I had a feeling we were gonna suck. I don't know. I was like, ugh. I don't like this lineup.
Too much.
How about you, Jose? Does this make up?
Is out. I'm out.
Does winning this make up for a lot of the other losses for you, Jose, or no?
I think I think anytime you win trophies, ultimately, you gotta pat yourself on the back. Ultimately, this isn't an easy one by any means. This is the best of MLS, and I would say this is one of the more prestigious ones in our league. I would like it. I think I'll be okay with it. Although it's funny because we Tata got two when he won 2 trophies with us, the Supporters Shield and the Leagues Cup, right?
The Leagues Cup, yep.
I mean, it's funny. You put it into perspective. Yeah. We had 5 opportunities to win trophies this year.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's
a good question. That's a good question, Chris. I can't answer that right now.
Do you forgive Mascherano for everything we went through this season if we win the MLS Cup?
I think you know, and David kind of alluded to it a little earlier, where it took the MLS suspending Luis Suarez for Mascherano to see what we all saw, which was like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the frustrating part, is that everybody and their mother knew what needed to be done, and he didn't have the ability or like the go ahead to do it, or worse, he didn't have the balls to do it. And I'm just happy now that he's sticking with his guns. And I watch tomorrow. Suarez is in the starting lineup, and it all goes to hell. But yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that he's finally learned from the whole season of the same garbage.
Yeah, and I think
So,
at the end of the day, if
Probably
we win
question.
if we win this MLS Cup, he's coming back. He's not getting fired. He's staying.
Right.
So it's a
He's
trade
not
off.
going anywhere, even if we lose.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He's had a nice playoff run, so I think he's here to stay. So if he comes out next season like he has come out now in the playoffs, I'll be perfectly fine with it. If he learns from his mistakes, I'll be fine with it. But that's the problem. We weren't seeing that. So, if this is a changed Mascherano, then maybe okay with it.
How would you know? You have to just let him play. You just
We
have to let him
play.
know.
We gotta let it see.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah. They can win this. They can win this, and ultimately, it happened because we saw with our own eyes that Allende is way better than Luis Suarez. Well, and also that and also the Baltasar también also.
I don't think it's so much that, but that
also.
I don't think it's so much that Allende is better than Suarez at this point in their career. I think it just opens up the team to a different dimension, to a different style that they could play. Like we've said it multiple times already. These young guys could press. Like they could run up the wings. They could just move more than Suarez can. Suarez you're basically defending with one less person when Suarez is out there.
Yeah,
and that's not the right way to do it. It's
not just defending with one less person; it's counterattacking with one less person. How many times have we seen we get a great steal and they have them on their back heels, and then the person that you're bombing the ball to is Suarez, and either he doesn't make the run, you stop the run, or worse, you pass it to him, and the wheels just fall off, and he just falls
his
to the
move is
ground.
to trip up, or
Oh my God, it's embarrassing, and I feel bad for him because his body's giving up on him. Like mentally, he's one place and his body's somewhere else, and it's tough to watch. But I mean, how many times are you going to see the same thing without making a change?
So that's why, Chris, that's a tough question. I don't know. I'll tell you how I feel after the game. How about that?
I don't know. That's a good time to
probably not
speak your feelings.
Probably not. I mean, we could totally screw the pooch, right? And I don't know for sure how I feel.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that part. So,
right.
All right. So we're good to go. We got the MLS Cup Final, Vancouver versus Miami on Saturday. The game is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it's not a night game. It's right in the middle of the day for anyone who's out there going to watch it. Our European friends are going to be able to watch it as well because it's a decent time. Who's going?
It's on Fox, actually.
Yeah,
so it's Sunday national.
Oh, it is on Fox. Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Not on Apple TV. I think it's the first time Messi plays in the MLS, not on Apple TV.
Cool, that's good. Shoes is asking who is going. So anyone out there going, let us know. We will hopefully be out there. We should have our tickets soon. So yeah, just hit us up, Instagram, on the comments, whatever. We'd love to meet anyone out there, and it should be fun. Should be a good time. So we will see. It's 2 days. Well, if you're listening to this on a Friday, it's tomorrow. If you're listening to it tonight live, 2 days away. So see what happens, boys. It's exciting.
Fun times.
But yeah, thank you all for joining. It will wrap this up for tonight. We appreciate your support. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe down below. We truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining, and hopefully see you guys with a new piece of hardware on Saturday.